We were, I think, more excited to play. I think they played harder. Seemed like they had more determination down the stretch than we did. So, again, that's a real credit to them. I thought their coaching staff did a really good job getting them ready to play. And, they did a nice job. They're really good players, played really good in the game. I thought the quarterback played outstanding, made all the throws, gave them chances on 50-50 balls, really threw the ball well. I thought he played about as good as he could possibly play under the circumstances. Travis Hunter, I thought, was phenomenal for what he did today. I don't think I've ever seen that in a college football game. Just played as many snaps as he did with the heat like it was. Didn't look like it affected him at all. Looked as fast at the end of the game as he did in the beginning, and you got to give those guys a ton of credit. Like I said, that was really a pretty phenomenal performance by him. And then he made plays, made play after play after play after play, play after play defensively, play after play on offense. So again, you just got to give them a ton of credit. Like I said, we didn't do a very good job getting our team ready, and we'll go back to the drawing board. I think our guys, for whatever reason, almost felt like we were probably too good to play those guys today, and turned out we're not. So again, we got to do a better job getting them ready. I told the guys afterwards, if we play like that this year, we're not going to win many football games. So we got to get a lot better. We'll go to work tomorrow, and thought our tackling was really, really bad defensively. We got a lot of guys back. Those guys have tackled. I don't know what happened today, but they couldn't tackle today, and we'll address that tomorrow. We'll make sure we'll do plenty of tackling tomorrow in practice and get that fixed.
There were high expectations in the building for the defense as a whole. I guess just what's your overall assessment of today?
Yeah, I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a really bad defensive performance. The thing with us, if you go and you look and you say, okay, how do you win football games? You've got to not turn the ball over. Okay, so we basically threw 2 interceptions in the end zone. Okay. Obviously, you can't do that. Okay, we missed a 42-yard field goal. We got an all-conference kicker coming back. I think missed 1, maybe 2 all last season. We missed a 42-yard field goal. The thing that we did today is the guys that we're counting on to help us win football games, for whatever reason, just didn't perform at the level that we thought they would perform at. And again, same thing defensively. Your question was, we had high expectations coming into the season on defense. We did. Felt like that, our back 7 were returning, for the most part. Felt like we didn't play particularly well at corner today. We gave up some big plays. I didn't make any plays on 50-50 balls. When you just look at it and you go, well, how do you lose a football game? Today was just the perfect formula, the perfect storm for that, from our perspective. Again, you got to give Colorado a ton of credit. They played their tail off, but, if we make a field goal and don't throw 2 red zone interceptions, it's probably a different outcome.
Coach Mike Bailey had a good game that we didn't see.
Yeah, I cramped up. Yeah, he started cramping at the end of the game, and again, that's something that we gotta get figured out. Somehow Travis Hunter managed to play every snap, and we couldn't. We had guys that couldn't. So we take a lot of pride in our strength and conditioning program and in nutrition, and it didn't show up today for us.
Sonny, what would Chandler tell you he was looking at on that first interception? Because it looked like he had it.
Yeah, just 2 late throws. We had a late throw there. Was looking at a front side read and kind of got to the backside stuff. The backside stuff was open, wide open, just got to it late. Backside safety kind of drifted over and made a nice play. That was the first interception. And the second one, I'm not going to lie to you, Travis Hunter just made an unbelievable play on the ball. We had a clean window, it looked like, to throw the ball to, to Major Everhart there. And if we had that over again, we'd probably run it. It's 3rd and 1 right there. Had some momentum. We were running the football. If we had it to do all over again, we'd probably line up and run the ball there. But they made a nice play on that play. Our numbers were good. I thought we moved the ball for the most part. Obviously, the red zone turnovers killed us, and the missed field goal. I thought we had, 500 and something yards of offense, and ran for 260 and Yeah, we had 541 yards. Typically, you're going to win, especially when you run for 262 yards.
Was there a pregame shake, or did we miss that, or?
No. I don't know if there's going to be one moving forward with him or not, but there wasn't today. He was great, though. I mean, he was great after the game. We had a chance to visit, and, you know, my hat's off to them. They did a great job. And we didn't. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Is that something you were out there looking for, to shake hands beforehand?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the way it normally works, but, I mean, you know, those other guys don't shake before the game, so that's no big deal. I didn't care. I mean, that was the last of my concerns.
So any positives you can take from today? Or?
Very few. You know, very few. You know, I think the good thing is if you're gonna get exposed like we did, you want it to be early. You know, now you know you got a lot of work to do, and we felt like we were very well prepared coming in. Felt like we had a good plan. You know, and they just took it to us. Like I said, we just didn't. We got to do a better job. Obviously, we weren't prepared like I thought we were.
So you said that, almost as though you had an overconfidence?
I don't know if that's the case. It just felt like our guys came out a little flat, which is crazy. I mean, it's hard to imagine that, you know, after the way we played in the national championship game. And, you know, I thought we were ready, business-like mentality, but it just seemed like those guys were more excited to play than we were. And that's pretty critical every Saturday in college football, man. You got to be excited to play. And felt like they were probably more excited. Yeah, I noticed it at the time. I was a little upset about it. And again, that's on me, though. I mean, that's my fault. I got to do better.
What do you think of the quarterback of Chambers' play?
You know, I thought he really did some good things early. You know, obviously there's some throws we wish we could have hit at the end. We had some open players and we just didn't get him the ball. And, you know, that happens sometimes. You know, Chandler hadn't played a lot of football, and so there's going to be some growing pains. We know that. We understand that. But I thought he did a pretty good job. You know, the two red zone turnovers were big plays in the game. You know, and we've got to do a good job of just making routine throws and catches. So there were times today that we didn't do that.
What's the first step forward? What you guys want to do defensively? Just focus on tackling? Or just
Well, we're going to. I mean, everything. You know, obviously we got schemed pretty good today. So, you know, we got to tackle better. We got to play with more effort. Got to do a better job getting off the field on third down. You know, we're just going to have to figure out what else we can do. We didn't stay with receivers well when they broke the pocket. We've got to fix that. Lots of things, obviously.
We'll go two more questions.
How many phases on both sides of the ball in the trenches for you guys? What's your assessment of your line play on both sides?
You know, same thing. We ran for 262 yards and protected the quarterback pretty well. Now, I gave up a couple of sacks down the stretch. You know, I thought our offensive line played okay. We'll look at the film and see. You know, just my first impression was I thought they played all right. You know, I thought Amani Bailey looked really good. I didn't see any other back that, to me, played at the same level he did. So that's one thing we're going to have to get addressed and figured out. Defensively, I mean, I don't think it was hard to say we played well anywhere, you know, defensively. Give up 45 points and almost 600 yards. It's hard to find a whole lot of bright spots.
Sonny, you mentioned the scheme. I wonder with how different this team was than who you faced a year ago. What was the scouting process?
Well, it was hard. I mean, it was hard. I don't know that there was that much that we weren't expecting. I mean, to me, they did exactly kind of what I thought they would do is try to get the ball out quickly. High percentage throws, get it to guys, because the strength of their offense is their skill position players, and those guys are fast and quick and can make plays in space, and so they did kind of what we anticipated them doing coming into the game. You know, a lot of quick throws. Thought our run defense was good. You know, they had a hard time running the ball against us consistently, but we had a hard time tackling in space. You know, missed a lot of tackles primarily early in the game, and then obviously on the last play, the touchdown, you know, we had two guys right there and just missed them both. So it's just, I don't know, one of those things again and those are two guys that have played a lot of football for us, you know, that have made a lot of plays. And they just didn't do it today.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.